morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are. Well, my name is Sandeep. I'm a coach, mentor, a thought leader. I work in the space of human potential, leadership, and consciousness. And today I have with me a very dear friend of mine from Argentina, Monica M.R.S. So, Monica, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, dear Sandeep. How are you doing this morning? Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. And thank you for being on this live event, the first one that we are having with my dear friend Sandeep. After a long time, I would say, because we met 3 years ago and we have just, made this come true. So I'm really excited to share this with you. Okay, my name is Monica Arias. I live in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I work as an excellent communication consultant, neurocoach, and creative speaking teacher. Among other things, I love to empower leaders and staff within organizations to help them transform their entire culture and communication styles so that they can improve at the same time their relational styles and obtain excellent results. I also love to teach creative oratory or creative speaking to entrepreneurs, leaders, and professionals from all kind of disciplines and areas so that they can polish their presentations and styles of speaking, and they can captivate their audiences from beginning to end.
Brilliant, brilliant, Monica. Thank you very much for this lovely introduction of yours. Monica, I am on one part of the world and you are diagonally opposite,
Yes.
right? And it is said that love makes the world go round.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
So today let's have a quick chat on what is love on this side of the world and the other side of the world, and whether both the worlds agree. I mean, what does love mean in the East and what does love mean in the West? And do the East and West have a commonality in terms of what is love? So, as per you, what is love?
What a question, my dear Sandeep. This is not a really, let's say, easy subject, as you will say. But yes, you are right. From, let's say, all kind of of places in the planet. Um, I think there is a common denominator for what love is, or it should be a common denominator for what love is. And I understand it from the point of view of what makes us give ourselves towards others to make them feel good. And this is something that probably has, some misinterpretations. But from my point of view and experience of life, I could say that love is, as you said, the answer for all problems. But you have to start, I would say, working on yourself first. You have to love yourself first, here in Argentina, there in India, or wherever you live in the world, to be able to share it with others, to be able to give the best of you to others. And this is just one of the small, let's say, principles of love as we understand it, because it is so varied. I mean, it has so many ramifications. You cannot describe it even in words, but from my point of view, I would say this is a good start. I don't know if you agree.
I agree with you, and I agree with you that wherever you are in the world, it's the same. Sometimes, Monica, I find it so crazy, so funny that I love my dog, I love my husband, I love my wife, I love my shoes, I love this paper, I love that movie. Come on, is your wife or girlfriend or husband or boyfriend equivalent to the shoe, equivalent to the cat or the dog? Obviously
Exactly.
not. Obviously not. So I believe that we have got into the habit of using the word love very loosely without really meaning it, and it's become more of a slang. If we remove the slang part, for me, as per my traditions, my wisdom, love is a state of being. It's neither
Yes.
an emotion, it's not a feeling. It's a sense of pleasantness inside you. You can call it it's a feeling, but it is a state of being. Do
Yes.
you agree with this?
Sorry. Go on.
I'm saying, do you agree with this thing that love is a state of being?
Yes, I agree with you 100%. And I would add also, and this is, of course, a personal thought, um, that love is also not just a noun or a feeling, but as a verb. You know, you have to put some things into action to be able to, let's say, enhance love in your life, within and without you. Why? Because if you think about it, love is a construction. It's not just something that you get one day. Oh, I'm in love with, you know, over such person, or as you said, I love my shoes. I mean, these are really superficial things. What is important is the actions. So, a good, let's say, exercise to practice would be to ask yourself, how do you love? And start to describe all the things that you do for you, for your benefit, internal benefit, and for others. Because, as you well said, it's not just romantic love. Um, there are so many ramifications of love, as I said before, and this all include action, include work. I mean, love is work. Even when people resist that concept or that notion, this is true everywhere in the world. You have to be willing to, embark on this journey, because love is a journey. It's not the same to love at, let's say, 20 or 30 years old as to be able to love my age, I'm 65, your age, or, as long as we are growing up, our concept of love grows up, and also the actions that we produce to enhance our love grow. So I don't know if you agree, but this is my point of view.
No, this is brilliant, and I love what you said. It's not a noun,
Thank you.
it's a verb. And that brings me to the point that why do I say it's a state of being?
It
Because
says,
this state of being stands on four legs. And what are the four legs? The first one is respect. The second one is compassion.
yes,
The third one is mutuality. And the fourth one is communication.
yeah, absolutely.
So I'll say respect, number one. Then the other is compassion, communication, and mutuality. And these four things, reflexively we say they'll apply to living beings. But I go a step further and say they also apply to non living things. And so this is my take. It's a state of being. And this state of being, tends to make you move from the selfish you to the selfless you, which means it makes you more inclusive. And the more inclusive you become, the more
Yes.
successful you become, right?
Yeah,
And this is
absolutely.
what makes the world go round. So I view it this way.
Yes, I agree 100%, Sandeep, and that's it. Mutuality, as you said, I mean, communication. Absolutely. Respect. Oh my God. If you don't have respect, there's no possibility to be able to love anybody, even yourself. You have to respect yourself first. You have to know your values, your limits. I mean, you have to know yourself to love yourself, you see, and all of that, you are made of, or that you are inside. And as I said, yes, mutuality, I kept thinking about it because it has to do with reciprocity. Let's say,
Yes.
to be able to be grateful, right? Not just because you can be the object of love to yourself, but because you can reflect that love towards others, and you can be able to even be sometimes silent, you know, and that shows for somebody that is close to you love. Maybe they need just to be listened to, or that you stay silent, for just a while. And what you can see nowadays is a lot of noise, a lot of noise all over the world. And unfortunately, after pandemia, we started to realize that mental health really increased their levels, uh, and not in a good, let's say, manner. They started to, people started to feel depressed and feel, bad emotions, bad thoughts. And unfortunately, this is growing and growing. And I think this is also lack of love of themselves. This is a problem. So yes, I agree with you 100%.
Well, again, what you said, that post pandemic, people are going through a lot of mental turmoil, or a lot of
Yes,
mental health issues, a lot of mental health challenges. And yes, why are the mental health challenges being there? Because their state of being in love on the four legs which I just spoke about does not exist. There's an imbalance over there. They don't respect themselves, right? As a result, obviously, they'll feel burdened. They don't have a
exactly.
relationship with yourself. If you don't have a relationship, then something is being forced on you. They don't speak to themselves. Now, it's very essential for you to speak to yourself, to understand yourself,
Yes,
because
absolutely.
we live at three layers. We live at three levels: the physical level, the mental level, and the soul level. And then we are
Yes,
not compassionate towards ourselves. You see, we are very harsh on ourselves. And if you're harsh on ourselves, and you being in the field of neuroscience, you'll agree, the more harsh you're on yourself, the more
yes,
difficult you make it for yourself to relate to situations. And let me
yes.
also just share with you, when you say, I love my shoe, what are you saying? You're not loving your shoe. It is basically you like that shoe,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And
Or you
yes,
say,
you are right. You
I
are
love
right.
my dog. Okay, you got attached to your dog. Attachment is different. Liking is something different. You see, and so we use the word love very, very loosely.
Exactly, we do. And you are right. Neuroscience has, developed lots of papers recently about the impact that loving yourself and knowing yourself has in your brain, your mind, and the whole of your body. Because we are a unit, we cannot detach these three parts of ourselves, even our interior, which from you and me, we believe we have a spirit. We do. And this is sort of, I would say, a new branch of investigation as from neuroscience is concerned. And they are making amazing discoveries, with the new technology that they can measure in real time whatever happens in your brain with different stimuli, and it's amazing. So you are absolutely right. Yes, and you spoke about to be able to detach from certain stupid things we think we love, right? And I think detachment is also part of love. The well understood kind of love we are talking about has to do with detachment. Many people say, oh, my kids, oh, yes, because my kids. And I'm a mom, you're a father, and we have grown ups now. And I never considered my kids as mine. I mean, I love them enormously, unconditionally too. And that is another kind of love, the parental love that we can introduce here. But they are not mine. They came through me. They came through me as yours came through you and your wife, but they are not mine. They are, children of life, of the universe, of God, if you wish, and they have their own lives. So this kind of detachment from the very beginning is another, from my point of view, sign of love.
Yes, and I totally agree with you, Monica, because the first step in love is that you look beyond yourself. You look at the larger picture because love is very inclusive. You surrender.
Yes,
You see, so I like that word. You surrender. And
yes,
if you don't look beyond yourself, if you are not inclusive, you cannot surrender. And the other thing, very important thing where people fail is to accept reality as it is.
yeah,
You see, because to be in that state of being, which we are defining as love, the other thing is to accept reality as it is.
absolutely. And let me say or share with you what I think about that, and I agree with you absolutely. Accepting reality is not a simple thing for everybody. I
Mm.
would say it's something that you develop through your experiences in time and the ability, as you well said, to detach from certain things and to be able to strongly believe in you and in the power of not only you, but in your life, in your relationships, in the dynamics you produce with others. And this is very difficult for many, many people, Sandeep, nowadays. It's a subject on its own, let's say. But yeah, I agree with you. Yeah,
Uh, well, this is a pointer, which you just said. It is always said love grows,
exactly.
right? So when you practice, when you bring in these things, these elements into your being, the love grows. Like I usually give a very simple example. Okay, say you are the person, you love yourself immensely, whatever the way you define love. Okay, now you are your own central focal point.
Yes,
And as you become more inclusive, whom do you include? You include your immediate family. So there's an expansion of your love. And then when you expand further, whom do you include? Include your extended family. You have become more inclusive. And as this process keeps on and on, going on and on, then you go to your colony, you go to your area, you go to your city, you start looking at your region, then your country, then your, let's say, your world, the world, and then the universe. So this is a progressive thing. And as you progress by bringing respect, looking beyond yourself, bringing respect, communication, compassion, into your existence, into your being, you'll find that your state of being is expanding. More and more mutuality is coming in, and you're becoming more forgiving. You're becoming more open to ideas. You're becoming more and more, say, risk taking ability is arising in you. More,
Absolutely. And you would, sorry, excuse me.
you are connecting better to people. And how is this happening? This is happening only because you are practicing love. And when I say practicing love, what I mean is that you are getting into that state of being which we call love and making it more and more intense. Yeah. So this is the way I look at it.
Yes, and then thank you for your thoughts because I agree with you 100%. And you well said this is a practice. These four legs that you mentioned, so important to be able to feel love and practice love. And practice is a work, as I said before. And so we agreed 100%. You said it in your words, I said it in mine, but this is something that you should, yeah, that you should take into account. Everybody should take into account, from my point of view, because it's not easy, to, as I said at the beginning, to express in just one sentence or in a concept what love is. It's a construction. It's something that you build up. It's an art, I would say, because you see, art implies work, effort, and practice, and the ability to make mistakes and step back from your mistake and from your mistakes and keep on working and walking on life. So yes, it's a very, very interesting subject and very difficult to, let's say, um, explain in a way. But I agree with you. It's
Uh, Monica, it is difficult to explain, but not difficult to practice. It's very easy
it's
to practice,
it's
right?
true.
Yeah. And so, what tools would you like to suggest to our listeners, the audience, which they could use in their day to day life? And so that the quantum of love, again, let's be out of the definition of love. We have understood what love is. It's beyond the cats and the dogs and the shoes, right? It is something. So the intensity of love increases in their life. The state of being matures in their life, and they lead a more effective life, more efficient life, a healthier life, a more happy life. So, what would be a few tools which you would like to suggest to them?
Okay, as I said at the very beginning, I think that the first question anybody can make themselves is, how do you love? And start to make a list of all the things that you do towards yourself and others, being, family members, friends, um, working colleagues, or even strangers. So you have to make a list and be able to realize how long do you spend, you know, putting your focus on love, on doing things for good, as you said a while ago. And this is my first, recommendation. And something else that helped me throughout the years is to start meditating. It is a practice that not everybody loves. Let's use the verb that we are using today. Not everybody loves meditating. Not everybody has the patience to be able to sit and just, stay there for a while, eyes closed and nothing. Try to evade thoughts that come and go and start to be realizing the self, who you really are inside. And this helped me a lot, even when I was going through hardship. And very, very difficult moments in my life. Recently, I lost my mom, for example, and even when she didn't suffer, thank God, and she passed very quickly, it really was very, very painful for everybody in my family, and for me, it was really something unexpected. I was very, very, very sad, and so I said, okay, this is another chance that the universe is producing for me to meditate and to try to see if I can find some peace of mind and relax. And it really helped me a lot. So you can go to YouTube and find hundreds, I don't know, maybe thousands of videos, free videos about meditation. They are teachers, great teachers that help them, that help everybody start meditating. And that would be my second recommendation. And the third one would be to be able to have sort of, I would say, a diary or maybe an agenda, whatever you want to call it, and start to note or to write all the things on a daily basis you are grateful for. Because from my point of view, gratitude is extremely related to love, to the action of loving yourself and others. And so whenever you are able to write the small things that you are grateful for, you will realize, for example, at the end of the week or even at the end of the month, that you have so many blessings in your you know you have so many reasons to be able to be grateful that immediately your brain starts to move towards positive, towards focusing on the things that you really have or that you really enjoy. And that is something very, very important, especially for people that don't really feel good these days that we are approaching a new end of the year. Uh, Sometimes for many people, very, very difficult. And so I think these three steps will start, um, I would say, making you feel a little bit happier, hopefully, and a loving person.
Well, thank you, Monica, for the lovely tips and simple tips and profound tips. Uh,
Thank you.
Guys, they once upon a time I was a very self-centered person, right? And it created a lot of problems in my life, though I believed that I'm loving everything. But the fact was, I was just not loving anyone, and neither was I loving myself. I was just believing. So, what did I do? I'll just share what I did. So, number one, I developed the habit to look beyond myself so that I become more and more inclusive. Now, Monica has already given you the tool for that gratitude. If you want to look beyond yourself, start keeping a gratitude journal. Write every day. Be
Yes.
grateful. Be grateful even to the small things like a beautiful flower which brought a smile on your face. Be
Yes.
grateful to the person on the road who smiled at you and you felt nice. Be grateful to your house help, you know, who gave you a big smile. Small, small things. And you'll find that there are so many blessings in life. And once you start looking beyond yourself, develop the habit to act out of humility and compassion. And when you act out of humility and compassion, people get attracted to you. And when they get attracted to you, they, it become the mutuality quotient goes up. You have more people to rely upon. You have more people to take opinions of. You got more people to stand by you when you are down and out. Okay. And the third thing which I did was, since life is not linear, I developed the habit to look at the larger picture. So I started connecting the dots and accepting reality as it is. And now the question is, fine, we have reached that state of being. How do we become successful? Because, we have been hardwired to keep thinking, to keep running, to keep doing something or the other, to keep working very hard. And then we believe it's only when we do these things that we'll be successful. And still we are not successful. Why? What really helped me was to align my purpose, my thoughts, and actions. And when these three things aligned, purpose happens at the soul level, thoughts happen at the mind level, actions happen at the body level. So they got the three elements or the three energies in me aligned, and I started becoming successful. And so has the case with Monica been, right? So if Monica and Sandeep can do it, I'm sure everyone in the world can do it.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I
So
agree with you.
with this, Monica, we come to our end. It's been 35 minutes, and as we agreed, we'll do a short one, 35 minutes. So, guys, thank you very much. Thank you, Monica, for coming. And look out for us. We'll be back again in a week, 10 days' time with a new subject, and please do join us. Now, before we end, Monica, and we say bye bye, why don't you summarize today's talk in a few sentences in Spanish for your clients in Argentina, for people in Argentina? And after that, I'll do it in Hindi, the language we use in India.
Absolutely, yes. I will make a brief, let's say, comment in Spanish. Thank you very much for everybody that is listening. We were very, very happy and pleased to have this conversation with my friend Sandeep. And now I'm going to speak in Spanish, right? Ok, entonces para la audiencia de Argentina y de los países de habla hispana, hemos tenido una conversación muy linda con mi amigo Sander, referido al amor, nada menos. El amor, que dijimos no podemos conceptualizar, no podemos definir, porque con palabras es imposible hacerlo. Y lo que yo dije al principio es que en realidad el amor, para mí, desde mi punto de vista, es una acción, es un verbo más que un sustantivo, y que requiere de una acción para transformar y para crecer. Sandep estuvo de acuerdo con eso y también él compartió que desde el punto de vista de él hay 4 pilares que sostienen este crecimiento interior del amor. Si mal no anoté, los 4 pilares son respeto, comunicación, compasión y mutualidad, o sea, reciprocidad. Hemos charlado sobre estos conceptos que Sandep compartió y también hemos dicho que vivamos donde vivamos, en el oeste, en el este, en cualquier lugar del mundo, hay comunes denominadores sobre el amor que tienen que ver con la sustancia interna, es decir, con cómo nosotros nos damos amor a nosotros mismos, el primero de los amores que deberíamos conocer, y cómo a través de ese amor que cultivamos en nosotros podemos expandir ese amor hacia no solamente nuestra familia, sino amistades, compañeros de trabajo, jefes, inclusive desconocidos también. Y luego también hablamos de que Santet me pidió si yo podía dar algunas sugerencias respecto a cómo fomentar el amor, ¿no? Cómo crearlo. Y lo que yo compartí es que a mí me ayudó mucho, primero, realizar meditaciones que, bueno, están distribuidas por YouTube de forma gratuita en todos lados, o sea, cualquier buen maestro de meditación puede enseñarte a meditar. Me ayudó muchísimo en momentos muy difíciles. Antes de eso había compartido también que una muy buena idea, digamos, para poder fomentar el amor en uno y en los demás, es realmente hacerse la pregunta, bueno, vos, ¿cómo amás? ¿Qué haces para amar? Dado que el amor es una acción más que un sustantivo. Entonces, ¿qué haces vos para amar? Hacer una lista de las cosas que vos haces diariamente para vos, para tu bienestar y para compartir con los demás, desde tu amorosidad. Y lo último que había compartido, que también Sandep estuvo de acuerdo conmigo, al final es el tema de realizar una agenda o, no sé, o tener un cuaderno y anotar aquellas cosas, por más simples que sean, de las cuales estás agradecido o agradecida y que tenés, con las que contás en tu vida cotidiana. No importa el tamaño que sea ni lo que vos escribas, lo importante es que al final de la semana o quizás del mes o inclusive del año vas a tener un listado de un montón de cosas que tenés en tu vida que quizá ahora no te das cuenta, pero al leerlas y releerlas decís, wow, realmente mi vida es bendecida con todas estas cosas que me rodean o que yo tengo, que supe cultivar o que supe crear. Finalmente, para terminar, Sandep compartió que él en su vida, digamos, hace algunos años, él no era amoroso para nada, él no se sentía así, eh, y bueno, que empezó lentamente a cultivar ese amor, o lo que es el trabajo de la amorosidad, a través de salirse de sí mismo. Él empezó a compartir mucho más sus saberes, a compartir todo lo que podía con otras personas, y esto empezó a hacerlo sentir un poco más cercano a esas personas, y entonces esa barrera que él ponía de su ego inflado, digamos, empezó como a desvanecerse, ¿no? Y entonces él lo que recomendaba también, además de eso, que decía era lo que comenté yo, el anotar cuestiones por las que estemos agradecidos, cosas por las que estemos agradecidos en nuestra vida, eh, y además empezar a actuar con amorosidad, que es lo que habíamos hablado al principio. Y lo que dice Sandep es que esto le permitió y le permite a cualquier persona que pueda poner en práctica estos pequeños tips, es habitar en un mundo mucho más humilde y respetuoso. Y cuando uno actúa con humildad y respeto, se convierte en una persona compasiva. Y entonces cuando uno tiene compasión, se empieza a abrir el espectro de lo que puede llegar a aparecer en la vida de uno, las posibilidades, empiezan a surgir nuevas oportunidades, y quizá empezamos a ver las cosas y la vida de una forma diferente, mucho más positiva, mucho más unida a lo que es el concepto del amor tal como lo vinimos diciendo. Así que eso es lo que tengo para decir para ustedes, y ahora le doy la palabra a Sandep. Sandep, please be able to speak now. I have just finished with my Spanish brief.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, it sounded very nice to the ears, but I understood nothing.
Don't worry, I will not understand a simple thing.
या नमस्कार दोस्तों आज मोनिका मेरे संग हैं मोनिका मेरी मित्र हैं अर्जेंटीना में रहती हैं और जो विषय था हमारा बात करने का चर्चा करने का वो प्यार क्या है प्यार जो शब्द है ये हम लोग बहुत ही बिना सोचे समझे हुए हर चीज़ के लिए प्रयोग करते हैं मुझे अपनी पत्नी से प्यार है मुझे अपने बच्चे से प्यार है पिता से प्यार है ये तो बात सही है मैं फिर मुझे घर से भी प्यार है कागज़ से प्यार है सिगरेट से प्यार है कुत्ते से प्यार है बिल्ली से प्यार है जूते से प्यार है क्या सबसे प्यार आपका एक सा है। जो हम लोग की चर्चा में ये निकला कि भाई जूता आपको पसंद है तो आप उस पसंद के लिए प्यार का शब्द का प्रयोग कर रहे हैं। मित्र से आप अट्रैक्टेड हैं, आप उसके लिए प्यार का प्रयोग कर रहे हैं। आपकी आपकी पत्नी से, बॉयफ्रेंड से, गर्लफ्रेंड से या पति से, माता पिता से आपका अफेक्शन है, उसके लिए आप प्यार शब्द का प्रयोग कर रहे हैं। हकीकत में प्यार जो है वो कोई नाउन नहीं है, कोई ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं है, वो एक स्टेट ऑफ बीइंग है, एक वो मानसिक स्थिति है जिसमें आप रहते हैं। मोनिका का कहना यह था कि प्यार एक क्रियामान चीज है, कोई वस्तु नहीं है। मतलब इट इज एक्शन ओरिएंटेड, इट इज नॉट एन ऑब्जेक्ट। ये भी आपने बचपन से सुना होगा कि प्यार बढ़ता है, ग्रो करता है, पनपता है। हाँ, वो पनपता इसलिए है क्योंकि वो स्टेट ऑफ माइंड है। और अगर हम एक इंसानी जीवन देखें या एक इंसान की नेचर देखें, सबसे पहले वो सिर्फ अपने बारे में सोचता है। और इससे पहले मैं आपको ये बता दूं कि वो जो स्टेट ऑफ माइंड है, वो कौन सी चार चीजें हैं जो वो स्टेट ऑफ माइंड लाती हैं। एक तो रिस्पेक्ट है कि आप दूसरे का कितना सम्मान करते हैं। फिर कंपैशन है, आप दूसरे की मदद कितना करना चाहते हैं, कितना आप चाहते हैं कि दूसरा अपनी मजबूरियों के ऊपर उठे, सहानुभूति नहीं है। तीसरा कम्युनिकेशन, बातचीत, आप कैसे कम्युनिकेट करते हैं, कैसे उससे बातचीत करते हैं। और चौथा जो है म्यूचुअलिटी, सहभागिता, आप कितना क्या भाईचारा है। और ये जो चार चीजें हैं, कंपैशन, कम्युनिकेशन, रिस्पेक्ट एंड म्यूचुअलिटी, ये आप स्वयं पे भी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, दूसरों पे भी कर सकते हैं, और नॉन लिविंग चीजों पे भी कर सकते हैं। जिन चीजों में जान नहीं है उनसे भी आप कर सकते हैं। और जब आप ये अप्लाई करते हैं तो अब अपन स्टार्ट करते हैं कि सिर्फ आप हैं, आपकी सारा का सारा स्टेट ऑफ बीइंग, आपकी मानसिक स्थिति आपके अंदर केंद्रित है, आपको आपके अलावा कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है। जब आप ये चार चीजें उसके अंदर लाते हैं तो आपको अपना परिवार दिखने लगता है, और वो भी आपके दायरे में सम्मिलित हो जाता है। फिर आप जब और लाते हैं तो आपको अपने रिश्तेदार दिखने लगते हैं, वो भी आपके दायरे में सम्मिलित हो जाते हैं। और जब आप और लाते हैं तो आपको अपनी कॉलोनी, जिस एरिया में आप रह रहे हैं, वो सम्मिलित कर लेते हैं। फिर शहर सम्मिलित कर लेते हैं, उसके बाद आपका देश सम्मिलित हो जाता है आप में, फिर सारी दुनिया सम्मिलित हो जाती है, और फिर सारी सृष्टि सम्मिलित हो जाती है। ये जो प्रोसेस है सम्मिलित करने का, इसका मतलब यह है कि आप उतने ही ज़्यादा इंक्लूसिव होते जा रहे हैं, उतने ही ज़्यादा लोगों को अपने संग लेके जा रहे हैं। और जब आप ये करते हैं तो आपका वो मानसिक स्थिति जिसको हम प्यार कहते हैं, वो ग्रो करती है। आप ज़्यादा सहनशील हो जाते हैं, आप दूसरों की ज़्यादा मदद लेते हैं, मदद करते हैं, आपका भाईचारा बढ़ता है, आपकी रिलेशनशिप्स बेटर होती हैं, आप उतना ही रिस्क लेने को तैयार होते हैं, दूसरों की बात सुनने को तैयार होते हैं, आपकी टॉलरेंस बढ़ जाती है। तो ऑटोमेटिकली सक्सेस और खुशी, सफलता और खुशी आपकी जिंदगी में आने लगती है। फिर हमने ये बात करी कि अब हम क्या आपको टूल्स दें, तो मोनिका ने कहा कि उन्होंने जो किया, मेडिटेशन, साधना करी। साधना में वो साधना नहीं कर रहा हूँ जहाँ पर आप भगवान को पाने की बात या उद्धार की बात या आप निर्वाण की बात करते हैं। यहाँ साधना की जो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, अपने मन को एकत्रित करने की साधना करी। अपने संग आप बैठी वो, उन्होंने देखा कि जैसे वो अपने संग बैठी और जितना ज्यादा बैठी, उनके अंदर एक परिवर्तन आने लगा। और उस परिवर्तन लाने में उन्होंने कहा ग्रैटिट्यूड का, मतलब आभार का बहुत बड़ा योगदान था। क्योंकि जब हम आभार करते हैं, उससे क्या होता है कि हम अपने बियॉन्ड देखने लगते हैं, हम दूसरों की इज्जत करने लगते हैं, दूसरों से सहानुभूति करने लगते हैं, उनको एक्सेप्ट करने लगते हैं। और उसके बाद मैंने कहा कि हाँ, ग्रैटिट्यूड है, पहली चीज जो हमको करनी है, अपने से ऊपर उठ के देखना है, दूसरों को भी अपने अंदर सम्मिलित करना है, जिसका मोनिका ने आपको तरीका बताया। जर्नल लिखिए, रोज आप आभार का जर्नल लिखिए, नोट करिए कि, और छोटी छोटी चीजों पे आभार व्यक्त करिए। बच्चे ने आपको देखा, प्यार से हाथ हिलाया, आपके चेहरे पे मुस्कुराहट आई, वो भी तो आभार व्यक्त करिए उसके लिए। किसी ने आपको नमस्ते करी, आपको अच्छा लगा, आभार व्यक्त करिए। आपके दफ्तर में आपके चपरासी ने मुस्कुरा के चाय पिलाई और आपको चाय की तलब थी, आभार व्यक्त करिए। छोटी छोटी चीजों पर आभार व्यक्त करिए, और इससे क्या होगा, आप अपने बियॉन्ड देखने लगेंगे। और दूसरी चीज, जब आभार व्यक्त करेंगे और अपने बियॉन्ड देखने लगेंगे, आप कंपैशन और ह्यूमिलिटी से बिहेव करेंगे। ह्यूमिलिटी का मतलब हुआ कि आप बिना ईगो के काम करेंगे, आप दूसरे की मदद करने की सोचेंगे, सबकी ग्रोथ की सोचेंगे। और यकीन करिए, इससे बहुत ही आपको इंटरनल लेवल पे अच्छा लगता है, न्यूरॉन्स वैसे क्रिएट होते हैं, आपका ब्रेन वैसे चलने लगता है। उसके बाद देखिए, जिंदगी कोई इवेंट्स नहीं है, वो तो एक माला है इवेंट्स की, एपिसोड्स की। एक चीज से दूसरी चीज होती है। तो एक आदत डालिए कि एक बड़ी पिक्चर आप देख सकें, कौन सी चीज किस चीज को प्रोवोक कर रही है, रिपेल कर रही है, इनिशिएट कर रही है। और जब आपको मालूम पड़ जाएगा कि साहब ये चीज से ये चीज होती है, फिर आप डॉट्स ज्वाइन कर लीजिए, तो आपको बड़ी क्लैरिटी मिल जाएगी। और लास्ट में जो आपका पर्पस है, जो आप करना चाहते हैं, जो आपके थॉट्स हैं, विचार हैं, और जो एक्शंस हैं, जो आप कार्य करते हैं, उन सबको एक धागे में पिरो लीजिए, अलाइन कर लीजिए। जो ये आपका पर्पस है, ये आपका सोल लेवल पे होता है, थॉट्स आपके माइंड लेवल पे होते हैं, और एक्शन बॉडी लेवल पे होते हैं। जब आप ये कर लेंगे, तो आप देखेंगे, आप उस स्थिति में जिसको हम प्यार कहते हैं, उस मेंटल स्टेट ऑफ माइंड में, आप खुद ब खुद 24 घंटे रहने लगेंगे, और आपकी ज़िंदगी बेहतर हो जाएगी। इसके संग मेरे और मोनिका की तरफ से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद एंड नमस्ते। थैंक यू।